Hey guys, welcome to JoeGa Joy Fitness with me, Jo, and today's a mobility and mobilizing Pilates class. So nice and gentle, working through the joints, working through the core, looking for accessibility for all. If you do enjoy it, as always, could you please like, share, subscribe, hit that bell to let me know you've been watching. And get in touch using any of the mediums below, whether it be email or through the Facebook or Instagram sites. When you're ready, we're going to begin, so please enjoy your class. So when you're ready, sitting up nice and tall, you don't have to cross your legs if that's uncomfortable for you, just sitting in a position that you feel happy in, and we're just going to start just from the top, just working down a few mobilizing exercises. So just dropping the chin forwards, please, and then lifting up and looking towards the sky. And again, just working through range of motion in the neck, lifting and lowering. Good. One more time. Dip the chin, stretch out the neck, and then back and away. Lovely. Let's just drop the chin down and take a head circle, going around towards your right. Nice and slowly with this, come back to center, lift up, and then down and go over towards your left. Lovely. And lift the chin. Good. Do that one more time each side. Drop the chin down as if you're drawing a circle with your chin all the way around and down, and lift up. Down we go. Draw that circle round and to center. Lovely. Let's just take some shoulder rolls in position. So again, loosening up, limbering, mobilizing, awakening. Good. And then just roll those shoulders back the other way. All the while, keep the navel drawn into the spine, keep the pelvic floor lifted. And then we're just going to take single arm circles back, as if you're kind of doing backstroke, reaching away. Good. Lovely. Two more, one each side. And then we'll take that forwards, kind of a front crawl. Just lifting and raising through the arms, because when we lift the arms up, we're lengthening the abdominals. Good work. All right, let's just roll those together. 3 circles back and 3 forwards. And we're coming into our first exercise. Well done. Beautiful. So come on down onto your mat, laying down in what we call semi-supine. So supine being flat on your back. Here we're going to take semi-supine, so legs are bent at the knees, feet on the floor. Just bringing your feet together, just heel toe your feet apart, and that should roughly be hip width apart. Hip width, of course, being narrower than shoulder width, so try not to have your feet too wide. Line the heels up with the hip bones, and then just take a moment to set up through the core. So tipping and releasing through the pelvis. Notice where your natural arch is, okay, and that should be enough to push the hands underneath the spine and have everything held nice and tightly. If you find that your back is getting a little compromised, you can imprint the spine, and as we're doing shoulder bridge, that imprint is going to be the first step of that exercise anyway. But just for any other supine exercises, you're either in neutral spine or you're in imprint, where you're pressing out that natural. So let's just place the hands down beside the hips, draw the navel in towards the spine and lift the pelvic floor, and then just tip that pelvis backwards until you feel the natural arch pressed into the ground, and then just release. So press it in and release. So this is the start of shoulder bridge. So we're coming up onto the shoulder blades, sometimes called glute bridge because we're actually squeezing through the glutes. And then we're going to start to peel the spine off the floor. So take that imprint, lock on here, and then start to lift and rise into your shoulder bridge, lifting the hips off the ground. Take a breath in and then slowly peel and release. Okay? And just adjust your feet as you need to. You know how your knees feel. So sometimes if the angle at the knees is really acute, you can get knee pain, and sometimes if it's really obtuse, you can get knee pain. So just working with your foot position that you need, okay? So lifting and releasing. And it's so often the opposite of what you'd expect. You'd think having your feet really close might be too much, and yet actually for a lot of people that feels good. And conversely, you think having the feet, I can't have my feet out here and push through, that really doesn't work for me, but a lot of people find that it's comfortable for them. So your body, you need to honour it, listen to what it tells you and work with it. Push and lift and rise. We're going to do 4 more like this, if you will, please. Just again, part of our warm-up sequence, so we're warming up into the spine, into the pelvis, into the hips, into the knees, and lowering down. 2 more to go. Squeeze, press that lower back out before you lift up, and then lowering down and release away. Good. And press in and rise, and release and down. Good. I'm just going to shuffle down my mat just to make sure, just for this next one, that you can see what's going on with my arms. So I'm going to take my arms up, I'm going to turn my palms in, and you see my shoulder blades. If I lift up here, I've really protracted my shoulder blades. So retract the shoulder blades together and get as much of your shoulder, back of your shoulder and your shoulder blades on the floor as you can. And draw that navel in towards the spine. And we're just going to drop the right arm down behind us. Now I've stuck my thumb out and maybe my thumb will touch the floor, but at no point did my back lift. If you're quite tight and the back is lifting to get that arm down, don't go so far with the arm. So we're going to do alternate arm drops and up. Okay, so dropping that arm away and lifting up. So nice and gentle on the body. What you're doing is lengthening through the abs. And at the moment, everything else is staying nice and level 1. And I will offer you optional levels, but it's really nice to just working those shoulders up, lengthening through rectus, lifting up through the spine, drawing that navel in, just getting all those principles into play before we start doing anything a little more funky. So alternate arm drops behind you, and just keep going. Just got about 4 more. One more each side. And then I'd like you to release the hands away. I'm just going to shimmy back, make sure I've got space to show you the legs. Hands on hips. Draw the navel in towards the spine. Hold your pelvis in neutral. Keep your feet on the floor, so at no point does my foot lift off. I'm not sort of cycling. And we're listening for the swoosh along the ground. Push and pull. Push and pull. Push and pull. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's the foot resisting against the mat, and my pelvis is really neutral. It's not rocking up from side to side. I'm drawing my navel in, holding this core in a locked position, and I'm just moving from hips and knees, ankles. Push and pull, push and pull. Let's just do a few more. Two more, one each side. Push and pull, push and pull. And of course, if you've got socks on, you get a nice gentle slip. If you've got bare feet, you tend to have a little bit more resistance. Okay, let's take those arms back up, please, nice and straight over the chest. And we're going to drop them away together. Now you'll notice I can feel already my t-shirt is rising up, and that replicates underneath where the abdominals are lengthening. So you're dropping the arms back. Again, see if you can get the thumbs to the floor, but only if you can do so without your back lifting. Nice and gentle, just dropping those thumbs away, arms straight and overhead. If you do struggle with any shoulder issues and you just cannot take your arms up overhead like this, then you can, of course, take them out to the side, or you can bend them and take them back so you've got less movement through the shoulder. Just making modifications that suit your body. Okay, And if you can't do it at all, just take the arms up and down, because we're going to start to lift up the upper body. So we lengthen from here. Now as we come in, curl up, lift your spine off the floor, arms towards the sky. And then as you come down, curl the spine down, take the arms overhead. Inhale, exhale, curling up, bring the arms up. And as you come down, take the arms down. Now again, if you've got shoulder impingements, then you're going to be doing it here, curling up and curling down, okay? Curling up and curling down. Okay, those of you that are with me, arms are extended, and we're going through this. Lift and lower. Good, let's keep it going. Curl up and curl down. Curl up and curl down. Nice, so 4 to go, please. Last 2. And last 1. Lovely, take a big long body stretch, reach away. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set up back to being flat on the floor, arms extending overhead, and I'm going to drop my right arm and send my left leg away. And then I'm going to pull that in, and I'm going to do the other side, left arm, right leg. Lovely. So just staying with this. So of course, if you can't do the shoulders, if you can't do the legs, just do one or the other. Or modify it if you can't quite take the arm overhead. But notice how this arm and this leg, they're not moving at all. So as I take the leg down, quite often people follow the leg with the arm. Keep it up and then up. So it's a little bit like dying bug. Extend and contract. Lovely. Extend and contract. So you're stretching. Draw navel in towards spine, lift the pelvic floor. Push and pull. One more each side, and then we're going to just continue with this with a little add-on, a little extra, okay? So as you take it back, you're going to stay where you are. As you come in, you're going to curl up. Take it back, take it down, and then curl up, okay? So you're just going to add that little curl up, if you so wish. Really draw that navel down towards your spine. Really feel that your abs are contracting. Pull it in. Extend away. Pull in. It's almost as if somebody's very gently and with love punched you in the tummy, and you go, oh, and you pull it all away. You know, you suck it all in. As if you're trying to pull it away from where they were punching you. But of course, with love, not with hate or anger. Good. Last one each side, please. Extend and contract, and extend and contract. Lovely. Just taking everything away. Just rock those knees from side to side. We're just going to take a little relax on the back here. And then we're going to focus on the lower body. So coming into center, just set yourself up. So always take a moment to run through your Pilates principles, your ABCDs. So just going through those, making sure, again, if your feet, because you've been moving them, just heel toe them, make sure your back is in neutral, or if you're imprinted. Make sure you're breathing, you're engaged, navel down towards the spine. And we're going to just float the right leg up into tabletop, okay? So we're just going to take the toe away. Now notice the movement is only from the hip. It's not from the knee. So I'm not touching, if the thigh isn't moving and you're still touching the floor, it's going to be because you're moving at the knee. So lock that knee in position, padlock it down, and then touch the toe and bring it up. If you would like to add a little bit extra, curl up and watch what your leg is doing. It's a really good idea to check out what your body is doing. Quite often we lay here and we're just completely oblivious. And if you actually curl up and look, you'll see that that thigh is moving down and moving up, okay? But this can be quite tricky. Notice how I've cradled my head. I have got a very, very sore neck this week. I have been doing lots of DIY and lots of painting, and I've got very sore traps and shoulders. So I'm just holding my head, giving my body a little bit of kindness. You don't have to, you can have your hands here. If you want a little bit extra, you can have your hands raised overhead. 4 to go, please. Excellent. And just let that come down. Just release in between, just making sure the back feels okay. Taking a breath in, breath out, and then let's set up for side 2. So began with body on the ground. I'm going to do a few reps the same this side before I curl up. Just getting those toe touches happening, making sure they all feel nice and fluid, and then curling up and adding in that abdominal contraction. Please. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Again, just bring the knees down, feet down, knees side to side. Really looking to release and let go. All right, we're going to come back to those shoulder bridges that we did at the beginning. We're going to add in some little butt squeezes, okay? So you're going to take it up to the top, and then you're going to squeeze the bottom and release, squeeze and release. Now, hopefully you can see that I'm not moving very fast. So I'm not kind of doing this, I'm not thrusting. I'm taking it up there, and I'm really isolating the glutes just to squeeze and release. And it's always a good idea, put your hands on the area that you're working, and you'll feel those really small, so we're doing 3 little pulses and then letting it go, okay? So just setting up the feet, making sure the knees feel okay, peel and rise, and then it's just a little squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, and a peel down. And if you find that 3 is not challenging you, maybe stay up there for 10 little squeezes. Peel and rise. And then release. Okay, so 3s, 10s, any number in between, no squeezes, whatever you like. Just working your body. So we're going to do this 2 more times. So if you're doing 10s, just do 1 set. If you're doing 3s, we're going to do 2. Lovely. Draw the knees in and just rock the back from side to side. Really good. Okay, gonna get you to roll over onto your tummy now. Just gonna do a little dorsal raise because we've been on our backs for quite a long time. So we're just gonna do dorsal raise. So rest your head upon your hands, feet and legs flat onto the ground. Draw your navel in towards your spine and lift your pelvic floor and brace through the glutes. Inhale to prepare, exhale, lock on. Inhale once more, and as you exhale, rise and release as you inhale. Exhale, lift Inhale, lower. Now if you find taking your arms off the floor is too much, leave your hands down on the ground. This will give you nice stability. Don't use them to push against. We're not looking for stretch here. We're looking for strength. So if you need just that little bit of stability, hands on the floor. Otherwise, bring the hands with you, lifting up and down. Excuse me, 4 to go, please. Really nice. Just take your bum back, take a stretch, just releasing off that upper back. Beautiful. We're just going to come over onto our side, but actually before we go onto our side, let's sit. Come to a sitting position. I'll sit on a diagonal so you can see. So as we were doing when we were lying down, arms out at shoulder height if you can, and I want you to just imagine that somebody's pulling up through the crown of your head, somebody's pulling down through your sitting bones, keeping your spine really straight, and I just want you to pull your right hand in towards your armpit, but notice how everything else is perfectly still and stable. So I'm not doing a rotation. I'm looking for core to be engaged, locked on, in position, bending and straightening, bending and straightening. Good. And then what I'd like you to think about is dropping away just slightly. Sit back a little bit, C curve, pull and push, and pull and push, pull and push and pull and push. Now you'll notice that I still have straight legs here. Some people prefer to bend their legs, and that's absolutely fine. Drop away a little deeper, keep the movements going without twisting to that hand. We're not turning, not yet anyway. So just pulling in and back and in and back. And load into those abs. 4 please, 3 more, final 2, and last one. Good. And then just take a little forward stretch, releasing off. We're going to do that again. We're going to add in the rotation this time. So just seeing how that feels for you. So sitting up nice and tall, start from the same starting position, bring the hands out in front, and as you pull back, take a twist and then push forwards. Pull back, twist and push. And notice how I'm laying my body down just slightly and sitting it back up and keeping that straightness of spine. Twist and pull. Good. Now of course, if you have weights, you can put weights in your hand. If you have a band, you have a band between the hands and you can pull it back, or you can place it around the feet and pull, push. Good, 1 more each side please. Pull down, push up, pull down, push up. Lovely. Coming onto the side, for real this time. So I want you to set yourself up in side lying, remembering that this is really not included in any Pilates class. You should never be pushing on the head like this. So relax yourself down. I don't have one with me today, which is ridiculous because I have hundreds of them. But a block, if you have a cushion, something underneath your head, much, much, much better than sort of folding your arms up. But didn't have the forethought today. And then bending the legs, and you can literally bend your legs in any way that you like. So I'm going to take my legs forwards so that my shins are along the edge of my mat and I've got right angles. But if you prefer them pushed back a little bit, then you can absolutely do that. And I'm going to float this top leg up, and I want you to concentrate on the knee. We're moving from the hip. We're going to take the foot back behind us until the knee is underneath the hip. So you're squeezing your glute, and then you're bringing your leg back to the start position, but we're not putting it down. We're pushing and we're pulling, okay? So I'm just going to turn a little bit sideways for you here so you can see what that leg is doing. It's going back and it's coming forwards. I'm drawing my navel in towards my spine. I'm lifting my pelvic floor. So if you're not doing that, then do that now. Make sure that that's locked on. And I'm just resting my upper body down, pushing the leg back and coming through. Four more, please. Two more. And then this final one. Good. You can give that knee a bit of a squeeze. We're going to use that same leg now. What we're going to do is we're going to take the knee down in front, crossing over, and push the leg along and away straight. Pull it down in front, knee touches towards the ground, crosses over, and then pushes out to the side. Might be better this way, I'm not sure. Touching the knee down to the front, can you see, crossing over, leg at the bottom, and then pushing up to the sky, straightening it through, so working into that hip. Now, if your hips are not particularly mobile, you might be going out here, that's fine. You might not be pushing all the way up towards the actual sky, you might be pushing out towards the wall. But just what we're looking for is a crisscross over the top here, so you're touching the knee down in front of you, in front of that underneath knee, and then we're straightening the leg away, okay? And you can use this top hand for support, or you can get it out the way. Make sure navel is drawn in towards the spine, lift the pelvic floor. It's a bit spicy, this one, you can feel it, it gets a little bit hot in the old hips. So if that is the case for you, you know, take a break if you need to. Maybe make your range of motion less, slow it right down, really slowly, you'll do less reps, and therefore build less heat. Hips are notoriously bad in terms of blood supply, so this kind of exercise is really good for mobilizing into the hips, but also you're using your core, draw that knee up and over, push away. Okay, four more please. 3 to go. You can really feel this. 2 more. And last one. Wow, nice. It's always good. Lovely. Give that knee roll onto your back. Give that knee a little squeeze. Oh, yes. And then we're just going to set up our semi-supine again. Just a little interim before we go to side 2. So what I'd like you to do is bring the arms up again if you can. Curl up through your spine and just do little circles. Little outward circles, as if you're just gathering in all the good vibrations. Draw them in. Lovely. Just a little one. And remember now, just lock on and notice which way your circles are going. So if you had a clock face in front of you, which way are your circles going? Okay. And maybe take the lead by the right hand. So my right hand is going clockwise, my left hand is going anti-clockwise, so I know when I come to this on side 2, I will be doing the other way around. 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. All right, let's set up the side 2. So I'm going to just spin round so that I'm facing towards you, but feel free to turn over the other way yourself, because obviously I can't see you. I don't mind looking at your bottom when I'm not really looking at it. Bring the knees forwards, bring the shins forwards if you're working with me. If you're working in a more kind of clam-based position, then feet are back. Hover that leg, that's it, and then start to float from the hip. Push the foot back as if you're trying to touch the foot onto the wall behind you, and then draw it back to neutral, back to where it started. Push that knee back so it's making a line underneath the hip. And you might feel you know, psoas here is getting, a little bit of a stretch out. That's lovely. Glutes are contracting, got beautiful work going on there. You're holding everything with the core. Just be careful on the back that you're not taking that knee past the neutral point underneath the spine. If you're pushing the knee right back, you'll notice that the back itself will start to hyperextend. So we want neutral spine, navel drawn in, big line. Okay, so not too far back. Push. Lovely. Let's do 4 to finish. This one's so nice, isn't it? You could just kind of lay here and just keep doing these. They're so great. Lovely. Last one. A little bit distracted by bird song then. I don't know if you guys heard that. That's just completely like blown me away. Knee down and push away. So doesn't take a lot to distract me. Such a lovely sound, isn't it? Sounds of spring. Knee touches down, leg straightens. Close your eyes. Just listen to that beautiful tweeting. Imagine you're out somewhere in a meadow under the beautiful sunlight. Gentle breeze on your skin. Oh, just really joyful. Eight to go, please. Knee touches down. 8 and 7. 4 more, please. 2 to go, and this last one. Lovely. And then rolling yourself around onto your backs, remembering those arm circles, curl up through the spine, so taking them back the other way. Remember, the curl up is optional. You can do these from a nice laying position. We're going to do 8 more, please. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done, let that go. All right, let's just set those feet back up, semi-supine once more. So heel, toe, toe, heel, your feet out. We're going to come up into shoulder bridge once more. This time we're going to be looking to raise onto the toe, or if you're feeling particularly strong today, you can lift the knee. So peel from flat feet and then raise up onto the toe and release, raise up onto the toe, release, and come down, okay? Maybe I just need to change position, see so you can see what's happening in the feet. Heel and lift, flat feet, roll onto your toe, down, roll onto your toe, down, and come down, okay? If you're adding in a knee lift, I still want you to do the heel lift first. Heel, lift the bottom one, lift the heel, lift the knee, back onto toe, lower the heel, and then you do the other side, heel up, knee up, toe down, heel down, and then release. So I know it's a lot of faff and it's a lot of things to think about, But what I'm saying is when you come up, don't just lift the knee. Go through that process. Heel, knee, toe, heel. Heel, knee, toe, heel. And then lower down. It just means you've got to stay up in that shoulder bridge that bit longer. Heel and rise. Heel, knee, toe, heel, heel, knee, toe, heel, and lower. Okay, so just keep it going. Peel and lift, lift. We'll do 2 more each side, taking it down in between. We'll reset the back. Peel and rise, toe to knee, toe, and down. Toe, knee, toe, down. Okay, 1 more. Lift and rise, heel, knee, toe, down. Good, and release. Just rock those knees out from side to side. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, I'm going to come back around onto my mat. We're going back to the beginning. We're going to rewind. So heel and toe, draw the navel to spine, setting up the spine, setting up the body. And I want you to bring that right leg up into tabletop like we did before for toe touches, but I want you to bring the left leg up as well, okay? So I'm just going to use both legs, dropping into tabletop, toe to the floor, lifts up and change. Toe down, lift up and change, okay? Toe and lift, toe and lift. And then curling up through the spine is an option. Maybe it's one you take for a while, maybe it's one you take the whole time, maybe it's one you don't bother getting involved in, and that's fine. Toe touching down and lifting up. Toe touching down and lifting up. Four more, please. And we're going to make those 4 right and left. So 4 right, 4 left. 3 right, 3 left. 2 right, 2 left. 1 right, 1 left. Great work. Take a stretch. Nice job. We're going to roll over, coming onto hands and knees. So allow yourself to set up. In fact, just to begin with, turn your wrists around if you can. Just take a little rock here, beautiful stretch, just nice and gently. Oh, just feel that gorgeous release through the arms, really nice. And then you can turn them back around again. Try and make sure that your wrists and elbows are directly underneath your shoulders. Quite often I see people, they're a little bit wide like this, and then when they're working, you've got a bit more of a shearing force going through the wrist. If you try and set it up underneath you, you can really activate into the core. I'm just going to move forward so I don't, in fact, let me turn around so I don't kick anything behind me. Superb. So setting up, making sure that you've got a really good, strong box position. Draw your navel in towards your spine. And we're going to lift the knee back in line with the hip, like we did when we were lying down. So what I'm not looking for real elevation of the knee, I'm not looking for outward rotation, I'm not looking for my back to dip, I'm not looking for my left elbow to sag, I'm looking for everything to be locked on and solid, and it's just this movement here. So the same as we did side lying, we're now doing on all fours. It's exactly the same movement. We've just changed our body shape. And don't worry as to how, if you're tight and you can't get your knee very high, it really doesn't matter as long as you're feeling that you're working yourself. That's all that really matters. Maybe over time you might gain a few millimeters here and there, but as long as you feel like you're working, that's the main thing. So we're taking that femur from it being down in a nice vertical position and then pushing it up to the horizontal and back again. 2 more, please. And lift. Great work. I will suggest just let's take a relax, just release off those wrists, give them a bit of a shake. Sometimes pushing through them can be a bit difficult. Give them a squeeze. Lovely. And again, you can take that reverse position, just lengthen them off. And then setting up, and we'll just do side 2. So we're going to float that leg out and back. Good. Draw the navel in towards the spine, lift the pelvic floor. To go. One more. Two. And one. Beautiful. Take that stretch back, release off those wrists, bring the hands together, just release the wrists round, give them a little shake, squeeze and release, and then just sit back, releasing out through the spine. Nice job. Pop yourselves up to sitting, please. And again, as at the beginning, seated position is very, very personal. So don't feel that you have to sit with your legs crossed. It's really not essential. You can either sit with them kind of extended, you can sit with them wide, you can sit in a chair and do this, you can do however you wish. We're just going to take a few stretches, so lengthening off, so a bit of lateral flexion, left arm over to your right side, and then you're going to switch and go to your left. Beautiful. Take that again, please. Really stretching out. So really feel as if you're pulling your shoulder up and pushing your hip down. Oh, divine. And take a little twist, rotating through. And then change sides. Good, we'll do that again. It's nice repetition. And again. Really nice. Okay, coming through center. I just want you to drop your chin down towards your chest. And this time you can interlace your hands and just rest them on your head. Don't pull, but just add the weight and just feel that beautiful stretch coming in. And then release off. Take the hands away behind you, sitting back, lift up through the chest, lengthen and look to the sky. And sitting up nice and tall. Just drop your head over towards your right side. Just feel like you're pushing your left shoulder down, left elbow down, getting this beautiful stretch along here. And then take your right arm up and just add the weight in. Again, don't pull. And release. Good. Dropping the head over to side 2. Just try and drop that right arm, right shoulder away. Look for the stretch. And then I'm reaching up. Lovely. And release. Just take a few shoulder rolls in position. And then rolling back the other way. Take a breath in, lift up, gather. And release. Beautiful. Take a breath in, lift up. And release. One more time, lifting up. And pull the energy down. Wishing you the very best day possible. Have a wonderful time, and I will see you next go. Take care.